Hey everybody, welcome back to another CYBL today. Oh man, we've had some exciting things that have taken place, so much action, so much to talk about as we come now to the end of the regular season and the beginning of the postseason. Hey, what are some of your thoughts, Alan, on this season so far?
It's been really exciting. I'm happy for the Warriors to get their first win of the season there, but I really think they've been coming into themselves
Mm,
as the season progresses. They had their struggles obviously with Ashton going out early on.
yeah, that was tough.
That was tough.
That's
It was
definitely
tough to
tough.
see,
Hmm.
but he's been making a good recovery. It
Yeah.
looks like he looks solid out there.
One thing I like to see
Mm,
about Ashton is like sure his stat line is not what we've accustomed to see,
mm,
but
yeah,
his leadership out there, it like commands the team. They
yeah,
like come together, which is I think it's such a great asset to have, even in the midst of like not obviously being able to be there for the entirety of a season or having the same stats as he's
mm,
used to having in a
yeah,
season,
yeah,
right? But like to because now you're seeing, I feel like what you could see, you see like a baby True North right now in the Warriors.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like a team
A
that like,
team that just so
mm-hmm,
raw right now, but as
mm-hmm,
they build and under the leadership of Coach Diego there,
yeah,
they've really been
yeah,
thriving.
yeah.
And I don't know, like they just all of them, right? Like a lot of them are just
It's true.
exploding. Like Ewan, like he
Wow.
is having kind of what he did. Like it was
It was draft
last
combine.
season.
Draft
He
combine.
draft combine the
Mm-hmm.
first game of the
First
season,
game, yeah.
hitting those threes, but not. It's not even the threes that I care about.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
driving. He's looking confident. He's
He's
doing
looking
everything.
he's
Like
looking
he's
real
looking
good.
special out there, right?
It is honestly like I think we knew the potential was there.
Mm,
And so like we all kind of looked at that like, wow, Ewan, man, if
yeah,
he's trained right, if he's under the right leadership, he could be like the next so and so, the next,
yeah, yeah,
and that's what we had said to ourselves. But it takes time sometimes,
yeah.
sometimes we could just have these expectations, but like it's all good. Like they're putting in the work, behind the scenes,
Mm,
and it begins to grow, and his confidence began to grow, and you can
yeah, you can
clearly
see
see that.
that. Yeah.
You could clearly see that, and I mean, now to be an all star this season,
So he did make it. I didn't. I
he,
haven't taken a close look at the All Stars. He
yeah,
made it. Good for
he
him.
made the
That's
all star.
amazing. Wow,
That's
in only 2 seasons.
in only 2 seasons,
So
right?
that's impressive.
It's great.
Another big one for me is Jordan on that team.
Wow. Yeah, he's also made the All Star team.
Did he
He
also make
made
it?
the All Star
Wow,
team.
look at
Yeah,
that. That's a huge improvement from where
it's
Jordan
huge.
was. It's just so funny. You got the dredge. Like
Yeah, yeah,
when he's
yeah.
dribbling, I'm like, can he even see the ball? Really? Like he's going all over the place, right? But like he had the handles always. But once
Mm,
again, he's grown. Like he's grown in size,
mm,
his confidence,
yeah,
and he's making shots. He's getting rebounds.
yeah.
His brother Zyman, doing
Wow,
amazing for them.
wow.
Grabbing rebounds, putting them
Yeah,
back up. So
yeah.
they're becoming a really solid team,
I think
and
so.
I actually think
I think
coming
so.
up to this point in the season, like probably 2-3 games ago, I thought
Hmm.
they're not much of a threat. I don't think that it's unfortunate. I felt bad for them,
Yeah.
but I just didn't think they had any capability in playoff. But now I have
Ooh.
expectations that they could be an upset
Ooh.
team.
Well, that's it. Remember when I was talking to you earlier in actually our first talk show,
Mm,
this season,
yes.
when I said, man, I see this team up in fifth place. I think
Yeah.
like I was speaking prophetically. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think this is something that you could see if this team sticks together another season.
Yeah.
You could actually see them there, but I think it just took time for them to actually come together,
Yeah.
um, have that coaching and have that just that growth together as a team. And now they look comfortable together. They look comfortable out there.
Mm,
And let's just be real. They almost beat the Knights,
I know.
fully loaded Knights
Yeah.
at that. They
Yeah.
almost beat the Knights players may not like me when I say this right now,
Yeah.
but it is the truth, guys. It's
Yeah.
the truth. They almost beat y'all. And it was a 3-point game, and they were up for a
Mm,
majority of that game,
yeah.
which was it's just crazy to see. But
Yeah.
man, the Warriors is a team for sure that have come out of the woodwork.
Mm,
And I mean, True North, we play them in the first round,
yeah.
so that's gonna be definitely a good matchup, and we're
Well,
coming
and look,
ready.
they beat the Giants. The Warriors beat the
Wow,
Giants. And the
yeah,
Giants
that's
team was
big.
there. They were there.
Two of the most dominant big men in the league.
And then the
top five players.
the twin brothers there,
twin brothers there.
They're good. And then same
defensive
with
Evan Machado brings his defense up in there.
We lost to the Giants, and we're in third.
Yeah,
I know.
I know. Wow,
the Warriors beat a team.
You put that in perspective, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. And you know what? They did it. I'm not saying they did it with ease at all, but they did it with such a confidence and such a stability in their game. They didn't let go of the game. They held control of the game. I was quite impressed with that team, honestly. Yes. If you ever we have no award for most improved team, but that is it. That is the team.
That is the team.
Most improved team. Definitely right there.
The most improved team.
Yeah. Which brings us to the Giants. Right? They had a season.
Yeah. They had. What do you think? What would you say about their season?
It's once again, it's kind of the same story as the Warriors. It's a bit, unfortunate. It's an unfortunate season, right? Like, they definitely deserve a better spot. Yeah. They definitely.
Where did we put them when we started the season off?
I definitely had them. I definitely had them high. I don't remember where you put them.
Imagine my prediction was right for them, though.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we both had them high because they looked like a team, and
they did.
And honestly, I still stand by that. Like they've always brought it to the wire.
So here's the thing, and if I'm honest, this is what I think too. They just didn't have their team together for a lot of the season. No, right? There's so many moments where a portion of their team was missing, for whatever the reason might be. But they had a portion of the team missing, and what that caused is them to be kind of fragmented in ways and fighting a lot of the time, right?
A lot of discouragement. Yeah. And you can only go through so much of that before you're kind of you come to the game, no one's there, and you're just like, we gotta do this again. No subs, no break, no anything. You just
the fact that they beat you guys.
Yeah.
5 guys.
Yeah.
That were exhausted in an overtime game.
Yeah.
I know that hurts.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
But don't worry, I have my hurt too against the Knights earlier this season too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It happens. It is what it is.
But man, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, they played their hearts out, and honestly, that's the kind of team that. Come the playoffs again, they're a worrisome team.
Ooh, a real threat.
Yeah,
a real threat. They're you know what I compared them to. So when you look at for instance, we looked at the Miami Heat in last season in NBA, where they were an 8th seed.
Yeah, so true.
And they went all the way to the finals.
Yeah,
I could see the Giants doing that.
The Jimmy Butler effect.
It is.
That's the Orion effect. He is honestly. That's once again you're talking about a player who just when he shows up, the leadership, he shows up. That game was going wrong with the Warriors. Wrong.
They're down by double digits. I don't
know at one point. Yeah, and he shows up and just bucket. Just he got the bucket right away, steals another one, bucket again, and it was incredible.
That's crazy.
You have those key players that you need to show up big time in the playoffs, and I think he's never disappointed, right? So it'll be interesting to see.
When you look at last season, when he was on the Lions, and he couldn't be there for the first half of the game, and they were getting completely slaughtered.
Annihilated, yeah.
It was I think 20...
You just wanted the game to end because it was so... You felt so bad.
I think it was 27-2 or 25-2 or something outlandish. Going on. That was the end of the first half.
Yeah.
And then to him come back and they brought the game, and it was 27-40 at the end of the game.
Wow.
But he brought that game screeching back.
Yeah.
He came roaring back in that game.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Just Orion's very presence on the court. Just I don't know. It just brings
because it's what he brings. He brings he brings such a drive to win. And when you have someone working that hard to win, you're going to put in the effort to win too, right? I think that's what every team needs, right? And even for my team, we were struggling different points of the season, but I really felt like Josh was driving that, and Zach always does a good job with that, but Josh was just bringing another level. That guy was coming off the court every game, just drenched twice over. It looked like he went in the pool, man. I think every team needs that, right? They need that player that's going to give everything to help drive everyone else to put in their 110%, right?
Wow, I'm with you. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And I think like, you see, whenever you see a team that works that hard, like eventually it's gonna pay off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you see players that work that hard, eventually it pays off.
Yeah.
And so that goes for all of you guys out there. I never take it, especially as we come up and now against the playoffs. I feel like a tip for everybody is to never take any game as if you got this.
Yeah.
And at no point in the game do that either.
Yeah, it's true.
You know
Look at us. We were up by what, like 12 points against the Giants or something coming into the second half, and we lost.
Wow.
Lost the game, right? Like,
wow.
It looked like the game had gone away from the Giants, but they just never gave up, right?
No, they never gave up.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, everyone's always got an opportunity to come back and win.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
So, is there any other standout performances or unexpected performances from players or from teams that you've seen over the season?
Yeah. I definitely think the Angels are coming together as a team as well. Like, and we're talking about a lot of new teams, like completely new to each other, right? I mean that is the majority of the teams, but it's just kind of interesting to see their strengths coming out more and more, and them working as a team. I really think the Angels have a good shot as well. We're playing them first round, but I really think they're a stronger team now. Like, we beat them by 20-something when we won against them. And it was relatively easy, but that was their first game of the season.
Wow, I didn't take that in. That was their first game of the season.
Yeah. So like they had a hard go.
Think about what the Warriors did. The Warriors went through kind of a similar challenge. They had to play one of the top teams in the league in True North, my team, in the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Team with experience and being to the finals and all. So it's kind of it's tough.
Some of these teams had a lot to bounce back from, right? And I think they've done a good job. I think the Angels. I'm excited to see what they'll do. You know, I'm excited for the games. It's going to be exciting playoffs, man.
Are you nervous too?
Oh, I'm nervous. Through the roof nervous. I like, as we're sitting here talking, I'm trying to focus on this, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? You know, how are we going to take these guys? Right? So the thing, I've been thinking all day, every day, just like, okay, should I switch my lineups? No, don't switch them. That's a bad idea. And just going through every scenario in my head. Okay, if this happens, what do I do? This happens, right? So, you know, I hope everyone out there, I hope you guys are excited as we are. It's going to be a fun time.
Oh, it's going to be so fun. So excited. So, we've talked about teams. We've talked about
standout players. Like some people you didn't expect.
Some people we didn't expect. Like, I mean, I think even if I just go off of the All-Star, like those that have made the All-Star team this season, it's shocking. Let me just pull it up here. I want to pull it up so you can just begin to see some of like what has been different this season from like in previous seasons, the All-Stars that have been on top, because it is really, really like, it's really crazy to see the changes. So when I'm looking here now, right, we just talked about having Ewan and Jordan. Obviously, LaToya is another big one, right? I think in statistics show really that she has been, over the course of the season, the most talented girl player that we have had statistically, right?
Yeah.
In our league to this point.
Yeah.
And so that's like saying something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, that's saying a lot. Like, and to be there and to be an All-Star, and like with like she became an All-Star, like the votes were through the roof for her. So
really? Wow.
She got a lot of votes. So
wow.
You know that everybody else is noticing. The league is speaking, you know, about LaToya in our league now.
Yeah.
And then you look at like Keel.
Keel's had a breakout season.
Oh man.
We knew it was going to happen, but he just didn't know which season it would happen in, and then this is the season.
This is the season.
He's really, like, his rebounding, like,
I'm shocked.
Like,
because he's not that
strong in the paint. No, but he's aggressive.
Yeah. He really is.
Yeah. No, he's impressive.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's been good. I think I just want to mention someone who not, like, some of the people not in here, but I thought Violet has really improved.
Wow.
I've seen her be aggressive at different points.
Yeah.
I've seen her like make smart plays with the ball. We even just watched Malia.
Malia too.
She had that. She like doing stuff she hasn't been doing. The vision. She dribbled up the court, double teamed, and she played it down low to Aaron. Like that was a and it was a good pass.
Yeah, it was a really good pass.
So I think when you start seeing like with the other girls in the league, like
a lot of good girls.
Oh man, right now. Abby has been having stellar passes, and Estelle actually have been having stellar.
Oh yeah,
games. These past 2 games, like they're weapons. They are just. Weapons. They would definitely have been on the All-Star had they been playing like this all season long.
All season long, guaranteed.
They have been incredible.
Guaranteed.
Unstoppable. Like they're just aggressive, right? And so I think looking at all the girls in our league, you're seeing like there's a lot of strong girls, and a lot of the girls that maybe you didn't expect to do stuff are doing stuff. They're putting in a lot of effort, and you can see it.
Yeah. And like I love it when you see that, because like it just like it motivates all of them, in the same way. And like I mean, we saw that just like the way that they're playing aggressively, the way that they're not backing down. You know what I mean, like they're like a lot of the girls are in the top 25.
Oh yeah, like Peyton against the Giants, when we played the Giants there in overtime, she got 2 buckets that saved us twice.
Yeah, those are huge.
Huge buckets.
Huge clutch buckets. Man.
So like all the girls are honestly they stepping it up. Like,
and even Julissa in the game
she's been playing so much better.
Yeah, the game against us, she had that clutch free throw that she hit. Against us, she got fouled, went to the line, hit a clutch free throw, and she's just been. She scores at least 1 bucket per game she gets, and she's just playing really well. So I think it's also a really like standout to see the improvement that we're seeing, man, in all of it. It's really, really cool. It's really cool. Any other standouts players?
I think a lot of the like, no offense to them, don't take offense. I was always a small guy too. They always called me small, but some of the shorter players. Maybe they're not the same age, whatever, right? Enzo, he has been playing incredible. Yeah. And then on the Giants there, sorry, I am gapping his name, but
Jaden.
He hit 2 clutch threes against us.
Huge threes, man.
Huge threes.
That was wow. That was very impressive. The place went crazy when he hit those threes too.
Incredible. Wow. I did not expect it, honestly. So like you're seeing a lot of role players like that, just they're doing what they need to do to help the team. Riley's been having a good season. Really, like he looks way better out there.
He's also an All-Star now too.
Yeah, I saw that. That's impressive. That's impressive. Yeah.
So it's crazy, man. Like this is a season where I feel like a lot of unexpected, or it's almost taken like I feel like there's been growth pains in the league this season, where like players have had to figure out ways to improve, and teams have had to figure out ways to improve. And then we're now seeing that. We've seen a culmination of that now. You know what I mean? So speaking of players now, let's turn our attention to maybe some of the awards. From the awards that come out.
Where are we starting at?
Oh man.
Always start with the MVP or what?
Well, I always say the MVP for last.
Nice. Okay. All right.
For last. Let's start off. We can start off maybe with the Sportsmanship Award.
Sportsmanship Award. I really like Dante. Honestly, when a game gets riled, when a game like even when his team is getting angry, I heard him saying like, as I'm reffing the game, he's like, you guys need to calm down, to his own team, right? Or like stay chill, right? Like he's saying stuff. He's being a good leader, but like that's the kind of stuff where like he's not being rude to the refs. He's never being rude to the other players, right? Like he's always trying to keep it a happy kind of feel, and I appreciate that. Seeing that him. I mean, obviously, you always got Jamoy.
Jamoy, I love Jamoy, man. I love him. Honestly, I would say he might be my pick too. It might be my pick too. For a Sportsmanship Award. I think you could also look at players like Ashton, for instance.
Great player. Yeah,
I think he's great, and he's a leader, and nothing really phases him. He doesn't like let anything bother him, or
he doesn't respond.
He doesn't respond to anything. I think that's also another player you gotta look at and be like, you know what? He's had, even in this tough season. I see a lot. The maturity in him.
You know who else on that team as well is Jordan. Because you know what? Like you talk about sportsmanship, sometimes you think about like players to other players, players to ref. But what about players to their own players? Because a lot of players get mad at their teammates when they make a shot. They're like, why would you take that shot?
Yeah.
You know, like, or sometimes you see them holding their head and it's like, well, that's not really encouraging to your own teammate, right? That's not very sportsmanlike. But Jordan, his play, see, people are missing air balls, like all day long air balls. And he's going up, good try, man. It's all right. Get your head in it. Like we got this. And it's just like, man, that's encouraging. Like I've watched a few games over where he does that, and it's impressive, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. I know I never did that.
No. I'll probably never did that, to be honest with you.
No, but it's impressive. I think it's commendable.
It is. Yeah, man. And like, let's move now to the Hustle Award. Let's see. So the Hustle Award, I think there's a few. There's a few that I could say.
You go first, then. You go.
I'll go first. So for Hustle, it's funny because you always have every season you have to throw Ryan in the conversation. Yeah. Every season. There's not a single season that I've had where Ryan's not in that conversation, just because of the way he plays, like just with such passion, with such a drive. Yeah. So he's in the conversation. And then we'll go over to players like Riem. For instance, so Riem's another hustle player.
Yeah, he's been hustling.
Really hustling. And then you got players like Malia. She's in there again. Yeah. You know what I mean? She's always in there, though. Yeah. Who else is on my mind right now? I'm thinking about, like, dang, you have to come back to me, man.
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I just. I know. I definitely go Ryan for sure. That is a big one. And then I don't know. It's just, I mean, your whole team hustles, so it's hard to pick out one person because they work as a unit, right? A lot of that stuff you don't have to see such tremendous effort. Yeah. But like your team's doing it, right? So I'm just thinking through the teams here. Yeah.
I know. There's a lot of players, man.
Yeah, I definitely would put
Jordan Cuban.
Jordan Cuban, yeah, he's definitely in there. I would definitely put Josh on my team as well. I mean, obviously, like the last game, I don't think was exemplary of what he's been putting in effort-wise, but otherwise, I think his effort's been tremendous. And you see him up and down both sides of the court, jumping up with people twice. Like. Big centers, and he is just jumping, trying to get the rebound, jumping, and fighting. And so I just think he definitely is in that conversation. Yeah. You got someone else? You look like you had someone else there.
No, I'm just thinking, man. There's so many players.
I think a lot of players put in.
There's a lot of players that put in hustle, man. Yeah. So it's definitely one of those that I think that's not like set in stone this season. We're gonna have to. Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of votes for that one. I think that one's gonna be a tight race this year.
It's gonna be tight.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be tight, I think. Now, let's talk about the defensive MVP.
Aaron Fullhand
all day, eh?
Buddy, the amount of blocks. If we counted blocks, the amount of people who have just been humiliated. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Just been absolutely humiliated. Like, and I remember the one block, it was so nasty. It was just, the guy went up, and he just palmed it right out of their hands. And I'm like they've got momentum here. They've got and he just brought them to the ground, grabbed the ball. Like, it was impressive. I don't know.
It's wild.
He's been incredible on defense. Riem as well, though.
I was thinking Riem too.
Riem is in the talk, but I don't know. Like, if when it comes to my vote, the microphone there. When it comes to my vote, Aaron is just like went leaps and strides and bounds above everyone.
You're not wrong though, because it's like he really does impact the game defensively in so many ways. And I wouldn't put past him to win back-to-back defensive MVP awards. It's very possible that could happen. Yeah. But we'll see. It's crazy because I think also, like, I'm trying to think of like some like steal, like people that maybe they're not as tall, but they play defense on the perimeter.
Keel.
You know what I mean? People like Keel. Yeah. People like Keel. That like they get a lot of steals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of steals. Even Jordan Udoba gets a lot of steals too.
Yeah, he's been doing good.
He's another one, right? Yeah. Some of those shorter players that are but they play on the perimeter and they play fierce on the perimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting for sure, man.
Yeah, it for sure. Yeah, all of them will definitely have a few guys in there. That'll be a
Yeah.
good voting.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So I know we're not gonna get to every award today, but we're gonna do two more. The two we're gonna do. So let's start off with the All-Star MVP. Who
All-Star
do you
MVP.
think will win the All-Star MVP
I gotta take a
this
quick
season?
look at that then. Oh, there's a lot of good players out there.
Yeah, because last season it was Aiden
I
Stockton.
know, yeah.
Season previous to that, it was what's his name on your team on the Lions?
Oh, Dorian.
Dorian.
Yeah.
Dorian, one of the previous.
I'm gonna go with KJ or Zach. Maybe Riam as well. I don't know.
Wow.
I think Team A's locked up. I not locked up. Sorry, I think they're like loaded, man. I think they're good. That's an intense squad right there. But I think I'm gonna go with KJ, Zach, or Riam.
Wow. Ooh. You know who I'm gonna go with?
Who do you think?
I'm going Nathan Lanning.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go ballistic. Because sometimes, see, he plays on the Flames, and he really does got that heat. when those games, there's just times, man, where all of a sudden he just will go off, and you can't stop it.
No.
And I feel like his efficiency's gotten better.
I think his shooting percentage, like if we had that,
yeah,
it's really good right now.
It is great. I don't think I've ever seen him shoot this well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's kind of like, he's been taking smarter shots.
Less shots, but smarter shots.
Yeah. And if you look at that, last game, him and Miles combined for 41 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So that's my pick anyway.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm going for that. I'm going. I guess we're going Team A versus Team B, eh?
Yeah.
I'm going either Nathan Lanning or I'm going Orion. That's who I would go for.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see who wins.
We'll see who wins, man. Friday at 5:30.
Oh, it's gonna be exciting. I'm so excited.
So exciting. And so the final award is the MVP. MVP award. What do we think?
I gotta go Zach. Two games in a
33
row.
33 points per game. I know.
33 points a game.
33 points
and
in 2
honestly,
games. That's crazy.
The first game where he got the 33, that was the Giants, I believe, right?
Yeah.
He was having an outstanding like point guard performance where he was giving it to other people. He had good vision. Like he wasn't. I wouldn't say he was hogging the ball at all.
Well, if you think about it, he had 33, but your team had 52.
Yeah.
So there was still a lot, even though he had more than half of the points. There's still a lot of points there that he was creating.
I think he was creating a lot of opportunity, and he didn't even play the whole game. I subbed him off twice, right? So it to me that's that's little time to be able to do that, right? And so he had he had only limited time to get that done, and 23 minutes he got 33 points.
That's crazy. I would say if a Zach Denman is able to win the championship this season, he is the GOAT of CYBL right now.
Oh, okay.
He has to win, though.
I think he has to win. I know.
He has to win. I think he definitely, at this point, I could say that he's the top scorer.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the best scorer of all time, CYBL. I would say that. Because even though Cole, a great player, a champion, a leader, a winner, he wasn't like a scorer primarily only. He did a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And like if you look at his career average, it's like he averaged like 13 points a game on his career.
Yeah.
And that's okay because that just wasn't the type of player that he is. But when you talk about scorers, Zach is literally, he just made a record for the most points averaged in a season. He averaged 24.9 points this season.
It's incredible.
What?
Yeah. No, honestly, yeah.
So that to me,
I'm hoping for him. Honestly, obviously it's my own team, but I'm just rooting for him as a person. To get that under his belt, right? To be able to be like, you know what, this season, because I know he's not back next season. To be able to be like, I'm gonna get this done, before I take my little break from the CYBL here. Right?
Because if you think about it, like he's been improving every season. And not only has he improved, but he's also like kind of showed us like that, like, his leadership in the process. And you've seen like him go from like, being under Cole So now, like, to the point where he's like leading the league.
Yeah.
And you got to say to yourself, okay, well, if he's got the one thing he's got on his back right now is, well, you haven't won a championship without Cole.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's a big one. Or even haven't been back to the finals since Cole. That's also big.
Wow.
Think about that. He has not been back to the finals since the winter season of 2022.
Wow.
Yeah. It's last time.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's wild to think of, man.
Yeah, that is wild.
That is wild. So we're short on time here because we're so excited. There's a lot of things to talk about that we want to talk about. But let's go on to the thing that's at hand here.
Oh, no.
Big thing at hand.
All right.
This is the CYBL playoffs that begin on Friday. And anything can happen. That's always the theme here. CYBL, anything can happen. And
predictions
is gonna be crazy. What are your predictions?
All right.
We got about 5 minutes.
Okay, let's start Flames and Strikers.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? That is just the worst. Like, I don't even know how to say who's gonna win that. I'm gonna go Strikers though.
Gonna go Strikers.
Strikers have been continuously improving. Flames though, I am not counting them out. Like,
no, you can't. There's no way.
If anything, I call this game going overtime.
You know what? You may not be wrong. I think it has the very potential. I know those in our scores table, especially Sydney, hate overtime games. But this has the potential to go overtime for sure.
Yeah.
110%. I think, here's what I think though. I think experience is going to win out. And I think the Flames will win. I know the Strikers have like a lot of pieces, but I think the Flames just have more experience. They've been in these situations more than once.
Yeah, they always make their way through. They always do.
They've been in these situations so many times, and they've been together for a while now too.
Yeah,
they're another team. Like, if the top 3 teams that have been together are the Knights, Flames, and True North. Really, if you think about it. I mean, the Lions to a degree, but like not as
not as consistently.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you think about it, they know each other. They're comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
They've been through the trenches before. They've gotten upsets on my team.
Yeah.
More than
a few times. Yeah.
And so it is very, very possible that, and very,
Well, for your sake, you better hope Strikers make it then.
Oh, I'm hoping Strikers.
Yeah.
But I'm predicting Flames.
Okay.
That's
Daniel wants to be upset again.
Oh, I do not. I do not want to be upset again. I think my team's locked in.
Yeah.
I think True North, if you're watching this, shout out to all you all True North. Y'all are locked in. It's gonna be a crazy playoffs, guys. We're going for the Gideon Cup, guys.
Oh, the disappointment after game 1.
Stop this.
Okay, Lions and Angels.
Ooh, am I going first to this one?
Yeah, you go first.
I go first. I gotta say Lions.
I gotta say Lions.
I gotta say Lions.
I think we just have the. I mean, like, I think we have a good team, but I think we have chemistry, which is kind of outweighing the Angels right now. I think give them another season.
Yeah.
Coach Maria has done a great job with them. Yeah. Give them one more season. I think they have a better opportunity.
I think they have a better opportunity.
I think this season, I think we hold the edge.
Teams.
But I'm not counting them out because I'm still nervous.
I'm
still nervous. I wouldn't be nervous if they didn't have a chance, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Knights and Giants?
Oh, man.
That's a hard one.
Oh, that's
ridiculous.
Really hard one, man.
Another overtime game.
That's a team that's probably been to overtime, I think, at least twice.
Giants?
The Giants and the Knights, they're like rivals, man.
Yeah.
They go at it.
I'm going to go Knights.
You're going Knights. I'm going to be that guy. I think there's an upset in this one about to happen. I think there's an upset. I think, and I might be just putting fire underneath the Knights right now, so Lord help me. But I think that the Giants are about to end a dynasty.
Wow.
I think the Giants
are about to
end a dynasty in this first round because they got fire underneath them. They're finally together, and I think with Tyrese's coaching style,
absolutely,
and what he's going to implement, I could see them upsetting the Knights in this.
I could see it too. Absolutely. I for some reason going Knights, but I could see Giants absolutely upsetting this game.
Yeah, I could see it.
I could see it.
Because, like, you match Aaron with Orion.
Yeah.
And that is a match that I think...
They just have so many pieces, the Knights.
I know.
Jacob Hackett, Dylan Chatter. Dylan hasn't been there for their last two losses.
I know.
You know,
they got to get going.
They haven't had Aaron for a few games on their 2 losses.
But that might also be the problem.
I know. They're coming down in a slump into the playoffs, whereas even though Giants just lost, they're coming with fire. Coming with, they've been working. Yeah. So I agree. They could win, but it's hard.
Yeah.
True North and Warriors. I like this matchup more than ever.
Wow.
Yeah, I was predicting just True North just win, but I could see the upset. I honestly could see it. I could see them taking you guys. Like with what the Strikers did with you guys, that's the first time I think I've seen you in like actual trouble. Aside from the the Knights game.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I've seen you guys actually like in trouble.
Yeah.
And with the way the Warriors have been playing, I could see them bringing you like to a close game again. Yeah. I still think you're gonna win.
Yeah.
But I could see the possibility of an upset.
I could see the close game too. The upset, I can't see the upset. I see it.
You don't want to see the upset. That's the problem.
Oh man. Yeah. But I do see a close game.
Yeah.
I see a close game taking place. So let's fast forward things here because we're running out of time. Let's go. Who do we think goes first, second, and third?
Right.
In the playoffs.
First, second, and third. Okay, so Lions obviously first. We both agree on that.
Stop it.
True North is going to be third. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
True North second. That's my prediction. Third. Okay, so I think I think Knights.
You think Knights, eh? That's third. Oof. Okay, this is tough. I'll stick with this right here.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going True North first.
Really?
No, True North first. I can feel it, y'all. I feel it this season. This season.
Guys, I feel like a Toronto Maple Leafs fan right here. I've heard this message my whole life growing up, and Daniel's the same way with True North. This year is the year. I've heard that so many times.
Oh man, but this season,
it is the season.
Feels right. It feels better than like
it's ever felt. But you're coming in with a huge handicap. Am I saying it or
don't
you don't
say
want
it?
to? Don't say it. Okay, all right. I sorry I brought it up. Okay.
No game plan.
No game plan, eh?
No game plan. All right. Yeah, but I know it's gonna be a challenge to get there. But I think after tasting, smelling it, they smelt it. Okay, they literally smelt it last season. I think there is such a hunger.
Yeah.
Right now they're starving. They're starving for the Gideon Cup.
Starving, eh?
Starving for the Gideon Cup, yeah. They're going to come. You know what happens when you're starving? You just run that much faster than everybody else. When you're starving, you fight that much harder than everybody else.
Yeah. Well, you know something we haven't talked about, the bigger gym. That's going to play an aspect.
That's going
huge aspect. Anyways, give us your second. What do you got for second?
All right, so second, I think I'm actually going Lions. I think
we're gonna have that matchup.
We're gonna
have that battle
right here as we're talking. Yeah, mark my words. I feel that we're gonna have that matchup.
I think we will have that matchup. We've been waiting for this matchup.
I think we have been, and I'm gonna say, you know what I'm actually gonna say? I'm actually gonna say the Flames get third. I think the Flames get third. I think the Flames get past the Strikers. They lose to us. They play the Giants in the the consolation round.
Really?
And I think they come out on third.
Wow.
I think they come out third.
Wow.
That's what I got right now.
All right.
So that's our hot take.
Yeah.
Here on CYBL today. So, guys, we wish we had more time that we could give you more because there's so much that we want to share that we talk about just even on our own times and hopefully soon we can have even we can interview one of the players on this talk show. That would be amazing to do. It would be really exciting to do. Hopefully we can do that at some point. But guys, for now, we want to say we look forward to seeing you guys on Friday. And guys, those of you that aren't playing, we hope that you tune in, you watch, maybe even come to the games. It's going to be a good night, guys. So this is us here signing off on CYBL today. We love you guys. God bless. And remember that God is greater.